Hey guys, William here from fitnessforbackpain.com. Welcome back to another episode. Today, I want to talk about reps. I want to talk about building muscle, building strength, getting out of pain, whatever your goal may be. I want to talk about reps because I think a lot of people get caught up in this idea of like there's a specific amount of reps that aid a specific goal, and if you don't hit those specific reps for that specific workout, then your goal is not gonna be reached. And that's not true. It's not true at all. So today in this video, I'm gonna give you some insight and some current research, some current understandings of what is the best rep range to do according to your goals. Does it matter? And if you changed what you're doing now, is it gonna affect your results? Don't forget guys, if you have not already gotten it, I am giving away a free workshop, pretty much the exact way that I structure my workouts, how I look at working out, and how I set myself up for a pain-free workout. If you are currently trying to figure out the best way to work out for yourself, your history of pain, or maybe you have low back pain right now and you want to use exercise to work on beating it, I give you my step-by-step structure of how I look at building a good program for myself along with my clients. So if you want to check that out, go to fitnessforbackpain.com/exercise workshop. So let's talk about reps for a second, right? We kind of grew up looking at the low reps, mid rep, and high rep, right? You're talking about low between 1 to 5 reps, mid maybe between 6 to 10 reps, and then higher you're at 12 to 15 or 12 to 30, whatever you want to do. And it's this common notion or this common idea that typically the females like to stay in the higher reps because the higher reps don't build muscle the way guys build muscle, and then the guys want to get brute strength strong, so they stick to the lower reps, the 1 RMs and the 5 RMs, and that's kind of where they stay because powerlifters do it. And guys who are just really huge and jacked and move a lot of weight stay in that lower rep range, right? And then you got the guys in the gym, they wanna build muscle, they wanna get stronger, they wanna look bigger, they want the hypertrophy aspect to their training. So they try to fluctuate between that 8 to 12 rep range, and that seems to work. And is kind of like this idea or this common notion in the training environment, in the gym, that those are the rep ranges you need to stay in. And really, I think it's wrong. If you look at the current understanding of how muscle tissue grows, you're talking about the range of motion of the muscle and joint that you're using, right? If you're doing bicep curls, using the full range of motion, that affects muscle development and muscle growth, right? Then you've got your volume, you've got how much you're actually training that body part. That's super important. So if you have range of motion, you're acting on the full range of motion, you're recruiting the muscle fibers enough to develop growth, then it really doesn't matter, right? And that's the simple way of looking at it. But if we look at the rep ranges, there's been studies and research out there that has taken groups of people who train a certain way. A good example of this is the quad strengthening exercise, right? Let's just talk about the leg extension. We all do it. There's machines all over every gym that has them. And a study showed that the person who did the 1 RM with the leg extension versus a person who did the 15 or 20 rep set of the leg extensions, they both recruited the same amount of muscle fibers. So to say that the 1 RM guy, the person who trains between 1 to 5 reps versus a person who trains between the 8 to 12 rep range, one of those is going to recruit a different type of muscle fiber or a different amount of the muscle fiber to initiate growth. It's just not true. Like if you're doing an exercise, and whether you do a higher rep, mid rep, or low rep, it's recruiting the same amount of muscle fibers the same way, then you can safely say that you're safe doing either one. I personally think that the ranges, there's some old science behind it, but I think it really kind of comes down to preference and what you're training for, right? If you want to compete in a low rep sport, such as Olympic lifting or powerlifting, then it makes sense that you're training the body, training the nervous system, the mind, everything that involves getting stronger in a way that allows you to develop the skills necessary for that specific sport. Okay? If you're the average Joe and you want to get stronger, the 25 to 35-year-old person who just wants to build muscle, get stronger, get out of pain, then you don't necessarily have to be sold out for one over the other. Now, if you want to be a bodybuilder, if you want to do higher rep training, by all means, you can do that. If you want to do mid-rep training, by all means, you can do that. If your goal is to get stronger, develop strength, get out of pain, then you have the freedom to do whichever one that you want. Now, there's a caveat to this because something does matter, right? And this is the linchpin to this whole what's the best rep range for me, or what's the best rep range to get stronger, build muscles, get whatever your goals may be. What matters most is what is tolerable for you as the athlete, right? For you as the individual, the average Joe, the desk jockey, the weekend warrior, whatever you may be, in pain, not in pain, whatever your goals are, it's all about what's tolerable for you, okay? So the way I look at this is there's this idea of training till failure, right? We all want to train till failure. If you go to absolute failure, you annihilate the muscle fibers, you annihilate the muscle belly, and you force it to grow, you just destroy it, and your body just uses all the protein inside your veins to make the muscle bigger and stronger. And that's what we believe, but it's not true entirely. Yes, we have to break down muscle fibers. Yes, we have to strain the muscle. Yes, we're breaking down muscle tissue, absolutely. But it's what is tolerable for the person to be able to recover correctly. So this brings us back to kind of current research and what we're learning now that's up to date with the fitness industry. And it's talking about recovery. It's talking about, people leaving reps in the tank. And this is really nothing new. It's just really being established more and utilized more. We're trying to get away from this completely destroying the body in hopes that it grows if our nutrition's good, but actually training hard, working hard, getting the variables of volume, the range of motion, the rep ranges that we want to settle on, but allowing the body to be able to recover from that training, okay? So if you're in pain, if you're 25 to 35 years old, just wanting to build strength and get stronger, or however old you are, what your goals may be, you got to stop training to absolute failure. So what I try to coach my clients as well as train my own self as far as programming for myself is I always leave 2 to 3 reps in the tank. I know that sounds crazy, but if my volume is right, and I'm making an efficient attempt at utilizing each and every rep to its fullest capacity, not rushing it, taking my time, really activating the muscle as I'm pressing and thinking about what I'm doing. If I'm focusing on that between rep 1 and 10, and if 10 is my 100% absolute failure and I have someone lifting the bar off of me, then I'm gonna stop at 8. Yes, I may feel like I could get a couple more out or maybe 1.5 more out before I'm in absolute failure, but it's giving my central nervous system a chance to recover for the next round. If you're training this way, you can increase your volume, right? You can train more often. The guys who like to train 5, 6, 7 times a week, you can do this, but you have to train in a way that allows your body to recover. So my challenge for you in this video, find a rep range that you enjoy. I like to mix it up. I like to add variety. Think quality over quantity. Your volume needs to be up. Volume as in how many times a week you're training. If you want to get stronger and stronger, you've been training for long periods of time, that's key. But find a rep range you want to do. If you want to start off between 8 to 12, stick to there for a month. Then switch it up. Go from 12 to 15, then go from 5 to 8. Whatever you want to do, that's not really the big deal. What the big deal is allowing yourself to recover, making sure your volume is up, and doing quality reps, quality sets. Every single time you go into train, you're leaving it all there. Not central nervous system on the floor there, but just it was a quality lift. Your mind was there, every rep counted. That's what's most important. So this is a quick video. I hope it helped you when it comes to just putting aside the fear or the confusion of how many reps you should do. It's not that important. It's more about how you're training and how you're allowing your body to recover. Those should always come first. The sets and reps and how many you should do of each exercise is secondary to those things. If you have those things dialed in, you can play around and find out what you are able to do while getting stronger, seeing results, but is also training and recovering and becoming more and more pain-free if that is ultimately your goal. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Again, this is William from fitnessforbackpain.com. Make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe, share the video with a friend, share it with your buddy, and I'll see you on the next episode.